Hello everybody, my name is Megan Graham and I am here today to give you my review of Monat IR Clinical. This is their hair thinning defense. People told me about Monat for years. As a hair colorist and salon owner, working in the industry for 24 years, I have tried everything from Olaplex to Kerastase to all the clean beauty brands. Monat, when I heard about it, I just had so many preconceived notions. The reason that I didn't like Monat is that constantly, because of what I do, because of my salon and my background, people were appearing in my direct messages and trying to sell me this product. And I don't like being sold to. So as soon as somebody that I don't know appears in my inbox and they're trying to sell me something, I am completely icked out. It's just how I am. It's never going to change. It still doesn't work. I like discovering things from different reels, from different videos, reading about things, or even just friends sharing. But if you're a stranger that just approaches me to tell me about something, I am not somebody that wants to be sold to. It was the same when I owned my salon, and when people would come in trying to sell me new products, I was just never interested. It's just my personality. Initially, for years, I wasn't interested in trying this product. If you asked me, I would say I hated the product, which was interesting because I had never actually used it. What finally happened is a friend of mine that I did, so I'm a WBFF fitness pro, and a friend of mine from fitness competitions was using the product, and I was following her on social media anyway. So I knew what her hair looked like. I had helped her get ready for a competition. I had seen it in person. I knew she had extensions, and I knew the quality, or honestly lack thereof, of the quality of her hair. When she started using Monat, she started posting her pictures, and I saw the transformation. I knew the person, I saw the transformation, and I saw it happening over months and months. So that was how I finally discovered this product. I became really curious about it and I started using the product. But when I first bought Monat, I was very, very slow with purchasing. I got a few things and I gradually added more. What I will say is that when I first purchased this, I didn't like the first version that I purchased. This is probably going back about 4 years now. And when I first purchased this product, it had a lot of fragrance in it. I don't necessarily think it was synthetic fragrance, but anything that has heavy fragrance is not for me. So the initial bottle that I got, I tossed in the trash and I didn't use it. Fast forward to when I moved to Arizona, I was having a lot of problems with inflammation. And if you haven't experienced inflammation or health problems, oftentimes hair thinning happens as well. So I wound up with several bald spots, which I wasn't very happy about. On top of it, I had a terrible hair coloring experience, it's another story for another video. And if you would like to see that, just let me know. I can drop that link into the description of this video. It's basically went to a new salon and just my hair was not done the way that I wanted it to be done, and it had to be corrected, and it took a long time. I wound up with hair. I've always had good hair. It's just, I've been in the business. I knew what to do. I took great care of my hair. And for the first time that I can remember, I had thin hair. I had hair that was breaking, and I felt really embarrassed. Being in the beauty industry, hair is so important to me. Not only my hair, but the hair of my clients, the hair of the clients that my employees were doing. All of it's important. And so to have my own hair look terrible was mortifying. And I knew I had to get it back. And that's when I got really serious and I decided, okay, I'm seeing transformations. I'm going to purchase this and give it another try. So when I reordered this, which was it was probably like a year and 3 months ago, I was so happy because the first thing that I did was, open up the bottle and smell it. And it no longer has fragrance, which is incredible for me because I really didn't want to put heavy fragrance onto my scalp and just be absorbing it into my body. It's pretty simple why this works. It actually has caffeine and melatonin. Here's why caffeine works. Caffeine does something super specific. Caffeine blocks DHT. That is the hormone that shrinks hair follicles, and it's one of the main drivers of thinning. Less DHT means the follicle can actually do its job. Melatonin, we all think of it as the sleep hormone, but on your scalp, it extends the growth phase of the hair cycle, and your hair grows in cycles. Melatonin is telling the follicle to stay in the growth phase instead of the shedding. What both of those ingredients do is they are anti-inflammatory, and they're helping you to support your body and support your hair so that your body is more likely to grow thicker, longer hair. Applying it is super, super simple. I've seen people on the internet and they say that they put it on their hair every single day, and they talk about how they're doing it every night. Do I think you probably would have better results with that? Yes. And at the beginning, I did that for a while, but what I actually finally switched to is just every single time I wash my hair, which is about 3 to 4 times a week, I just take out my bottle and I take out my little dropper when my hair is wet, and I just put it right in my hair. So everything, I usually spend a little bit of extra time right in the front, because the front of our hair is it's the most obvious place, and it tends to be the thinnest place. For me, right at the temples is where I noticed my hair thinning initially. So super, super easy application. I like to do it a little bit less simply because, one, I won't say I'm lazy, but I have quite a few different beauty and health things to do. And two, it saves me money when I don't have to use it every day. And I'll be honest, it still worked really well for me. It was just able to stretch out the bottle so I didn't have to purchase it as much. With all hair products, and I have noticed this my entire career, people are always trying to get results or expecting results in 1 week, 2 weeks, or 3 weeks. And I notice this even when I read reviews about things. People will say, oh my gosh, I got results in like 3 weeks with a hair serum. Literally, there's no way that you're getting results that fast. And I think it's important to know that good things do take time with hair growth. And if you truly want to grow beautiful, healthy hair that's growing from your own head and it isn't extensions, it is going to take some time. I started using this product. I noticed that some of my spots that were thinning were definitely thicker within 3 to 4 months. I started noticing that I wasn't as embarrassed of my hair in about 6 months. A year in is when I really noticed changes. And I know this is longer. This is so much longer than everybody wants to hear. What's going to happen to your hair that's so good if you don't start using it? In 3 months, will you just wake up with great hair naturally that you didn't have to pay for, that you didn't have to do anything for? I'm going to tell you from experience, no, that's not going to happen. Most products don't do what they say that they're going to do. So you buy them and you're hopeful and not much happens. Is it probably going to be another year? Of course it is, because my hair is 22 inches long. In a year, I looked at my hair and I was like, wow, this is really different. And when I did the before and after, which I will include in this, I was really, really pleased. Not only was I pleased, it was so much better than I thought, and it was so much thicker than I thought. I had never had the experience of having to get my hair health back. I had never had the experience of not having healthy hair, not having thick, full hair. It felt so good to me to get it back because I was trying everything else and nothing was working. A friend of mine, she had her hair thin and just become really different than what she was used to after going through some health challenges. And we were talking about it, and she was just asking me, like, what can you do for me? And she was taking a trip and she said, I just need you to fix my hair before my trip. And the trip was in a week. And I really just had to be honest with her. I said, look, I've got these products. I can tell you exactly what to use, but nothing is really happening in a week. There's nothing that I can do to fix your hair in a week. I'm good at what I do. If I were in the salon and I wanted to have someone come in and fix their color and put a whole head of extensions into their hair, I could make it look amazing in a week. To actually get hair healthy so that you don't have to spend all that money, so that you don't have to do all that, it's going to take some work, and it's going to take doing things a little bit differently than most people are doing them, because most people don't have great hair. And I see what people look like when the extensions come out, and I see what they look like when the extensions go back in. And I have nothing against extensions. Wouldn't it be nice to have hair that's so good that it already looks great, and maybe you just add a little bit of extensions instead of relying on them to the point that when you take them out, you look like a completely different person? I'm not judging anybody. I don't want to have a million bonded extensions. I don't want to have that maintenance. I want to feel my own hair. Do I think you need to use it every day? No, I definitely don't. But if you're washing your hair every day, I would use it every day. People also ask me if it makes their hair greasy or weighs it down. Not at all. It absorbs into your scalp. It will not make your hair greasy. How long does a bottle realistically last me? You know, I've heard people on the internet say that this bottle lasts for 4 months. This bottle has never lasted me for 4 months. I would say I use a bottle of this every 6 to 8 weeks. I apply it generously and I do have thick hair. Is it worth the money? 100% it's worth the money. You will see one price for this product online. So when you first buy it, I didn't really know how it worked. I am a market partner for this, so please feel free to contact me. And I'm always happy to talk to you. I'll include a link to it. I would much rather if you emailed me and I could help you with a personalized plan. And what I do is I go on the website probably like twice a week and I just look because Monat is literally always running promotions. So what I do is I stock up on this. I stocked up, I got a bottle of it for $35 the other day and I just put it into my little under sink bin and I use it later. So I buy it when they're having sales and I save so much money on it. And what do I realistically expect? I realistically expect that you have to be religious about your use of this. You have to use it all the time. You have to be committed to getting a better result. But yes, it does work. I think this is a great addition to any hair care routine. You do not have to use the shampoo and conditioner with it. I do use the entire system and I recommend it. But what I also recommend is getting products and working them in as you need a new thing. Don't throw away every single thing that you have. Use up what you have, and let's say you have a shampoo and conditioner and you're using it up, then just get the serum. And then when you use those up, then get the shampoo and conditioner. The shampoo and conditioner has a beautiful, soft, minty smell, but you don't have to be using anything else by Monat just to try this one product. For 24 years, I sold product, and I actually sold all the products that I chose to sell in my salon on Newbury Street in Boston. I was a Best of Boston hair colorist. I've always carried what I loved, and this is my favorite product. So I'm not trying to pressure anybody into Monat. I know that so many people feel exactly the way that I felt and they hate it. Maybe they've heard different things about it. I love it, and it's what I use, it's what my husband uses, and I recommend it to everybody that will listen, that wants great results for their hair. So I hope this was helpful. It is my absolute honest review of this product. Last little PS, I am very chemically sensitive and fragrance sensitive because of spending 24 years working with chemicals constantly. It definitely made me have autoimmune issues. And the other thing that makes me so happy is that I tolerate this so well. Not only do I tolerate it, I feel great using it. And I think one of the things that I've found, hi Lola, my little Yorkie wants to sit with me. One of the things that I found is that I'm not the only woman that's having autoimmune issues. I'm not the only woman that's super, super conscious of what she's putting on her scalp and on her body. I'm not here to convince anybody. Using products that are low tox makes a big difference. Once you know, and the ingredients are great and it works. So thanks so much for joining me. I would love to hear from you. And I would also love to hear what are some of the things that you do to keep your hair healthy and thick. Please drop it into the comments and just let me know. Thanks again and see you soon.